All right, it's time for the Star Camp story. I think it was called the Hierophant faction, something like that. So, close to Shieldring Keep, a dude named Grim Onwig, standing on the road, sends Luana into a place called Star Camp.
My. Is Star Camp being visited by a goddess? Are they all as beautiful as you? Maybe I should slap on a habit and join the mission down the road. You're in Star Camp, home of the Traveller's Dove. Now, I don't suppose you came here by accident. Asked Dove, asked to join our number. I thought by the look of you that you might. I have a good feeling about you. I'll send you to the camp's leader, Calgaryen. She'll get you on your way.
Now, Star Camp is a traveler camp that is run by an anonymous person called Hierophant. Calgaryen is the Hierophant's assistant. Luana prays to the Hierophant. Immediately, Hierophant notices something unsettling about Luana. Because of this, Luana's entry fee is a lot.
What prays before me? An eddy in the river of fate, a cacophony in the song of Amalur. Your presence is unnerving. But you have come and prayed, and honored our creeds. You wish to make yourself a traveler? Then ask me for my portents. The price to admit you is great. It will take 3 treasures to balance the burden.
Steal a medallion from a noble, the blanket off a dead guy's coffin, and memorabilia knives from the guy who is selling them. Now, Luana goes to the seller first, and even though she's instructed to steal the daggers, she just pays the guy half of his asking price.
I want to be paid in full up front. Then I'll notify you where the daggers can be recovered. I suppose you're right. I'd rather not get on the bad side of the travelers.
I did mention that Luana is persuasive, right?
Wait, are you serious? I mean, it's been a pleasure doing business with you. I hid the daggers in the she. There's a map in my strongbox upstairs. You can unlock it with this key and claim the toothpicks.
She gets the map and finds the knives. The noble was a bit of a douche.
No Grillricas should ever have to deal with one as base as you. Be gone!
So Luana kills him, pays the fine to the cops,
Don't let me catch you making trouble again.
and picks it off of his corpse. With the dead guy, she just found the tomb, stole it in broad daylight, and paid the fine. So let me take a small break to tell you guys about this. Paying the fine is awesome. I mean, I kill enough people, it's like one of those things where you work overtime all the time and you enjoy your job. Like slaying monsters and regular people and stuff is a fun thing to do in this game. And when you keep destroying people, chopping off heads, stabbing them in the throat, smashing their faces in, you get money for it. And then when you do things for other people, you get money for that too. So you end up having like a lot of cash. And whenever this Hierophant lady or anybody else asks me to kind of smuggle my way into a prison or pick up steal something from somebody, instead of just actually having stealth, I just either walk up on the guy and kill him and then take what they have, or I sneak up on them, grab it from them, and have them turn around and go, thief. And anytime that stuff happens, I turn around, and then the cops come to me and they say, halt. And then they ask me to pay a fine, and I pay it. And then that's it. There's nothing else going on. And, I think they had this whole mechanic in Fable as well. Yeah, when you start making a decent amount of money and you become filthy rich, man, you start doing like rich people do, man. You break the law, you pay the fine, you go, oh, that was my debt to society, and then you move along with your life. Now, if you were poor as a mercenary, that fine would hurt you. I can't get any new weapons, none of that stuff. But the fines don't change no matter how rich you get. And that is the lesson of life. So Luana steals all that stuff, and then she gives the stuff to Calgaryen.
What I invite you to join is not a fraternity, not a guild. It is a family, a race, a bastion for those of like mind and talents. All travelers are now your kin, and you theirs. Now the Hierophant has called for you to serve again. The seer demands, so you must answer.
And then prays to the Hierophant. And now she has to steal some Fey lady's boots?
There has not been word of the Lord of the Hunt for some time. When I scry for him, I only see portents of his herald, Argyne. The road to the boots lies through her. You must seek her out in the She and learn where to find Amalur in the boots.
The boots are cursed, and her master has withdrawn to a very dangerous area.
To find them, you must find Amalur, the Lord of the Hunt, the one whom I herald. But this is not merely a matter of an owner and his possession. The Lord of the Hunt has secluded himself in Arduith because the boots carry a terrible curse.
Of course, Luana can kill him. He's Fey and mortal anyway. It doesn't matter. So Luana heads to Amalur's lair, and he's got the boot bloodlust.
This is a sealed place, interloper, and you must leave before I spill your blood. It is too late. The hunger grows and roars within me. I must hunt. I will hunt you, mortal, until you can run no more. Now step into my den, little mortal.
But first I gotta find him at the end of the dungeon. Luana finds Amalur and kills him to the sound of the most stock Star Wars music I've ever heard. There we go. She takes the boots and hands them to Calgaryen at Star Camp. Calgaryen, this time, gives out the quest herself.
The Hierophant is pleased to have a thief like you in their service. It brings us power. There is a new task, but this one comes from me. Grim Onwig has not returned from a mission of his. I fear that he may have been captured. You must find Grim and return him to us. From what I've seen of your work, you have the best chance of anyone in camp.
Luana heads to a big castle and finds Grim locked up.
It's... Dove, it's you! Good on Calgaryen to send you. I was worried the Hierophant might get away after all. I was set up. The Hierophant sent me here to steal an old book, The Missives of Sable, from some Jotun. Sounded easy enough. But I was ambushed by a troop of gnomish praetorians searching for the missives. They want that book, Dove, and they'll kill both of us for interfering. Steal the cell key, or pick the lock and get my tools, and I can sneak out. Or you could beat the gnomes to the missives, and bargain our way to freedom.
And Hierophant sent him on a suicide mission to get a special book, The Missives of Sable. Does it really matter what it's called, though? Geez, these stories and their MacGuffins, they must have fun coming up with names for everything that you're supposed to attain. The bigger and more confusing they make the names, the more majestic the object. The Infinity Gauntlet. What does that even mean? The Missives of Sable. Okay? I'm just going to call these things what they are. The Missives of Sable. Some chick named Sable wrote a bunch of letters to someone, and this is a collection of them. Sounds stupid. Anyway, some official gnomes were looking for the book too and caught Grim. Grim gives Luana a couple of stealth options, but she chooses to kill everyone on the way to the book and hand it over to the gnomes in exchange for Grim.
Another traveler? This place is lousy with your kind. If you think you'll get any better than that one in the cell... Wait a moment. You have the secret text. Give the missives to me, and you can have whatever it is that you wish. The thief is free to go as promised. You may have the key to his cell. Now both of you get out of here!
It's funny because I open the cell with the key and Grim is like...
I don't know how long these gnome praetorians will be keen on keeping me alive. Are you close to freeing me?
What are you talking about? I just opened the stupid door. Okay.
It's all the fault of the damned Hierophant. But now that I'm free, we'll just see how much our dear leader will regret leading me to this cell.
Grim is pretty pissed he was set up, so he's going to disappear to plot against Hierophant. Luana goes back to Calgaryen.
You have freed Grim. That was well done of you. I heard that he is now on a mission of his own, but I know not where. I wish him well. But his accusations of the Hierophant's betrayal are disconcerting. Would the Hierophant truly go so far to quell one voice of dissension? Your jobs here are finished. It is time you go to Moon Camp in the plains of Arethel. The leader of that camp, Irian Tal, will have work waiting.
At Moon Camp, the guy who gives out assignments is messed up because his wife hasn't come back.
What is this specimen before me? I can only think that you were the skilled one the Hierophant said I was to expect. If only you had come sooner, then you might have helped to keep my mare's heart here. I should tell you more about what mission you're to be. Oh, you must give me a moment. Mare, my poor, lovely mare.
So Luana gets her assignment from the Hierophant shrine.
Is there a petition before me? Ah, yes, but it is strange. You seem cloaked in shadow, hidden from my gaze. I have seen the items which you must steal. The chalice of forced vintage from the lower city, and the signet ring of wyvern gift from the upper city. And lastly, you must steal the cowl of the maiden from the temple of Lyria. These treasures are my blessing to this camp. You are not the only thief that is pursuing the cowl of the maiden. There is also Mayor Ganon, formerly of Moon Camp. The calamities of Irian's and Mayor's relationships are not unknown to me. Resolve them and you may have an easier time.
Luana steals the items, and by steal, I mean she uses her patented technique of stealing poorly and paying the fine without giving back the item.
Ready?
What's up?
Guards! Guards! You there! Halt!
In retrospect, I didn't realize that Irian's wife, Mare, the Queen of Cups, had the cowl of the maiden. I thought I was just going to run into her. So I just blindly stole something. You can see there, somebody was about to come out and do something, but then I got halted by the cop, and the cop stopped everything. And that was the end of that, so that was a little weird. But anyway. This time, Irian has resolved that his wife won't come back and gives Luana his wedding ring as compensation.
Take this ring. As a reward. I've no need for it. She is not coming back. I shall be resolute. I will persevere. I know I shall.
For the next job, the Hierophant puts us with a dude named Phasmer. Irian questions this choice, though.
You were specifically requested to perform it, along with a traveler of Moon Camp named Phasmer Hume. Yes, the Hierophant was adamant that you and Phasmer, but Phasmer is no faithful. Why would we support a blasphemer?
Luana prays at the statue.
You and Phasma Hume are to steal the Amulet of Rithen. The unbeliever has been attentive for once. He is eager to prove himself, so he will help you on this mission.
So you got all that right? The Hierophant is sending us to Rithen. I always took the Hierophant for a horned beast, telling thieves what to steal, telling the free to worship. Some leader. I came here looking to get away from orders, but it seems you travelers follow commands like everyone else. You go to Rithen by the main entrance. I'll take another path, and I'll meet you in there.
Sounds pretty sus. And Phasmer has a good point, though. So, they go to Rithen separately and end up on opposing sides of the castle.
I think you're up again. Is there anything on your side?
Each pulling levers that opens doors for the other one. And at the end of it all, they both have to stand on pressure plates.
The door opens with 2 pressure plates. You stand on one, and I'll stand on the other. Let's finish this. Yeah? What? Ah! I can't move!
Strange curse and is unresponsive.
Luana heads back to find grim Onwig standing in her way.
Took a bit of doing to track you and poor Phasma down here, but when I heard what job you were on, I had to find you. I've been off in the dark for a while, Dove, and I'm sorry for that, after all you did for me in own stand. But I had to go underground. I had to do a little digging, and I found a bit, Dove. I found quite a bit. I told you the Hierophant set me up. Well, just in case you had any doubts, the Hierophant set you and Phasma up here.
See, the Hierophant knows and sees all, but can't see Luana because Luana has no fate. So the Hierophant sent her and Phasma, someone in the cult that speaks against the Hierophant, in hopes that one of them would be cursed. Onwig has a plan for revenge.
We helped poor Phasma. I heard the job would take you to Rhythm, and I learned about the amulet. This gem should be able to negate the curse. Give it to Phasma, will you?
You saved me. When I was trapped in that curse, I didn't know what would happen. But you saved me. And Grim's here. Grim Onwig. They said he was dead. You should speak to him. It looks like you're the one he came for.
But on to other things. You've been running around these lands like a good traveller, Dove. But now, I have a job for you. We've all tasted the Hierophant's malice. Now let's make sure we return the favour. I got a plan, Dove. We're doing more than getting our revenge. We're removing the Hierophant from power to rule the Travellers no more. The Hierophant meant for me to die while stealing a certain book, the Missives of Sable, which you traded to the gnomes for my freedom. I can think of no better weapon for my revenge, but the gnomes have hidden it away. I need you to steal the Glass of Ambient to help us locate it. It's in an old Irathi ruin to the south, called the Blackened Hall. Between you and the glass is an army of demons and 3 trials. To bypass the trials, I left you a gift at the dungeon's entrance, Buru's boots. Those, along with the amulet you and Phasma stole, should help. The glass is powerful, Dove, and well guarded, but you're the only one who walks free of the Hierophant's gaze. It's all up to you. There's the Isle of Flame, where any who aren't quick on their feet will burn. Use Buru's boots to tread safely through them. Then there's the Dark Maze, a labyrinth of hidden paths. You'll just have to find a way through, Dove. Lastly is the Guardian. They say it's a demon that can't be killed. But if you use the Rhythm Amulet, you can curse it like Phasma was.
There we go. What the fudge? Oh, that freezes him. Puts the curse on him. Okay. Look at that. That was crazy.
Luana finally gets the mirror and goes back to Onwig.
That's the Glass of Ambient, then. Nicely done. And it says the missives are... very interesting. I'm saving that for another time. Now there's one piece of this puzzle missing. We need to find out who the Hierophant is. And to do that, we part ways, for now. Your path lies in Sun Camp, to the south. Lay low, take some jobs, and we'll end this soon enough.
So Luana heads to Sun Camp and prays to the Hierophant.
So, we have a new arrival in Sun Camp. I have heard tell of a traveler, a true thief with skills in metal. I assume that is you. Your arrival is a blessing of the Hierophants. I hope it will distract my camp from these idiotic rumors of Grim Onwig and his crusade. You are versed in our order, and we esteem the blessed Hierophant highly here. Go to the shrine in camp and pray if you wish for work. So the Shade has come to Sun Camp. I have seen what happened to Phasma, such a tragedy. Lucky that you escaped it. But you have come. I will have need of such obedience. from what is being said of Grim Onwig and his pathetic plans. Whereas you stole many treasures earlier, you steal one now. The Master's Pick. It is said to open any lock. I have seen the pick in a small jewelry box on the personage of Elorin Creed. Find her in the Odessa laboratories. There is some form of confusion around this item. It was on Elorin, but it is unclear if something has occurred.
Luana goes to Elorin about the Master's Pick.
What the devil are you talking about? I don't have any sort of... Did you say Master's Pick? Just about the only possession I had that was wholly my own. Isn't even mine any... Oh, now why am I telling you this? Leave me.
So Luana gives her a grip of coins, and Elorin tells her...
Coins? That certainly does put matters into perspective. All I was saying was that I had no Master's Pick, just a strange, unopenable box, but the Praetorians confiscated it. I was to send it to a colleague of mine who's been a bit ostracized by the community. Now, that box is rotting in Odessa's armory.
So Luana sneaks in and finds the box, then she heads back to her handler, Argyne. By the way, the box is only openable by the lockpick, which is in the box, so that's a problem.
You return, box and all. Boxes are for opening, young thief. But still, this task can be held completed. Except it is not. There is no way into this box nor its contents. How can this pick be of any use to us? This note mentions Guyon Stebic. He's with Motus Mining. Break into his laboratory, find this Aravis engine, and use it to free the key then.
Yeah, don't they say, damn bandits? My what? Why, absolutely not. Who sent you? Who put you up to this? Stay away from my laboratory. Leave me.
Luana goes into Stebic's lab without his permission and puts the box in the Aravis engine. The box dissolves and leaves the Master's Pick. Broken. Luana takes back the broken pick to Argyne, who is totally confused.
There is something curious at work here. The Hierophant predicted that you would steal the Master's Pick, and you come back with this. I've hated Arcia for years. Always speaking truth, always. But this job, this failure, is a fallacy. How could the Hierophant be wrong?
The Hierophant tells you to go to a dude named Mon the Coin Taker, who is in prison awaiting execution. The Hierophant is sure that Mon will give you a key that will lead to his own personal vault and his own treasure. So Luana sneaks into the prison.
You there! Halt! Don't let me catch you making trouble again.
And sure enough, Luana finds Mon in a cell.
Well, looks like one of Argyne's blew in here. Wonder what the guards would do if I called them over. Well, they've welded my door shut until I reach the gallows, so it's yours. But this is only part of the key you'll need. See? I'm a fair man. I gave the other pieces to the Zungars and the Dark Varis. They're looking for my treasure right now, and I don't think they'll share.
Luana goes through the cave and whoops everyone's butt until she has all the key pieces. Then she gets to the chest and finds a note saying there is no treasure and for Luana to go F herself. Either way, I'm excited to inform you of this. There is no hoard, there is no gold or gems, only brass and cheap beads. You've gotten this far, and it was all for nothing. I wish I could see the look on your face. It will give me something to smile about when I'm wearing a noose. On the way out, Luana runs into Onwig, who...
Well, well. Looks like Mon managed to pull a fast one on pretty much everyone.
found out where the missives of Sable are. The gnomes have it in their vaults. Gnomes like knowledge, like that guy who was on YouTube a while ago. Luana goes to a library in Edessa, the main city, where Phasma is waiting for her.
Grim learned that the gnomes enchanted the missives with a spell that lets them know its location at all times. Calgaryen came up with a solution. The Shroud of Omission. Cover the book in this shroud and the gnomes will forget it exists.
Anyway, Phasma lets Luana in. She goes through a lot of dungeon, finds the book, wraps it in the shroud, and heads back to Onwig.
The missives of Sable. I'd like to see what these pages hold. But that needs to wait. Keep that shroud on it. The time has come. While you did this, I finally learned who the Hierophant is. Argyne of Sun Camp. We're taking her down, Dove. All of us. One last plan, one last job. The biggest we'll ever pull. I've told Argyne that I know her secret. And now she's asked to meet me in the ruins beneath Sun Camp. While we're there, you're going to plant the missives on Argyne, and the gnomes will have her in chains. Like she would have done to me. The meeting with Argyne's a front. While I keep her occupied, you, Calgaryen, and Phasma will be able to move unrestricted. Where we're going is the Hierophant's lair. It's likely got some enchanted defenses. Calgaryen will be there to help with those. Meanwhile, Phasma will lead the gnomes to the ruins. You plant the missives on Argyne, and the gnomes will take her away while the world watches. To keep the element of surprise, you'll be using a secret entrance to the ruins. It's one of the graves in Sun Camp. Once you're in, meet with Calgaryen. Now, we've got to move. Do your part, and hopefully we'll see the end of this job.
That's a pretty elaborate plan. So Luana goes to a grave at Star Camp.
At last, I can speak with Grimm's fateless ally with my true voice, and your meaningless plan is exposed.
Oh, it's that lady. To tell you the truth, I didn't quite get that hard of a look at her since we've had 3 handlers the whole time. I didn't do much in Sun Camp.
My powers may fluctuate around you, but they are not robbed of me. I could see enough of Grimm, Phasma, and Calgaryen to learn this plan. I tried to end your life once. I underestimated you clearly. Now I want to form a peace between us. I could use your skill. Frame Grimm for stealing the missives of Sable.
So anyway, of course she proposes to join forces and tries to convince me to take out Grim Onwig because he's using me. As if joining her would not make me her puppet like I totally was most of the quest. She gives me a key to her quarters, where at the end she will face Grim, and gives me some lovely parting advice.
Do the right thing, or face my wrath.
Wow, looks like somebody forgot to build persuasion in their skill tree. Do the right thing or face my wrath. So Luana meets up with Calgaryen, the handler at Star Camp, and she's like, she revealed herself to you? Oh crap, she must be desperate. So you have a choice to go kill Grim in the West Wing or Argyne in the East. And I don't know who would kill Grim, so off to the East Wing we go. And after a lot of traps and sneaking, Luana sneaks up to Argyne and plants the missives on her without the shroud. Once that happens, the gnomes appear immediately and attack Argyne. This also causes a siege in her lair. The gnomes don't know that the rest of us are against Argyne, so they're just straight up attacking anybody who's taller than them. Racist. Or heightist, I guess? After Argyne's spirit leaves her, actually her spirit didn't leave her in my presence. I mean, I fate shifted and killed her, but if you don't finish anybody, the person comes back. It wasn't my job to kill her anyway. I was just supposed to plant the missives of Sable on her and let the gnomes have her. Luana runs through the place and meets up with Grim, Phasma, and Calgaryen.
Dove, we better run like hell if we're to get out of here.
All 3 of them haul ass to make their escape. And that's the end of this quest.
Argyne's hold over the travelers is broken. The Hierophant is... Gone! The Travelers will never be the same. You are like the Travelers of ages past. I name you one among their number. They'll sing songs of you forever as the Chariot. No jail will hold you. And since you've used the Shroud of Omission so well, I figured you could make some use of this.
Alright.
Alright, everybody, so that was the end of the Hierophant quest. Man, this game is really as long as it says it is. I will see you next week for another faction quest, as we get ever so close to the actual main story of the game. Until then, peace.